So there are viral videos that's been going around lately from so-called Chinese manufacturers stating that they make pretty much the majority of your luxury items that you buy. And all these luxury brands do is put a label on it, put their made in Italy, put made in United States, label on the inside, repackage it, and sell it to you for tens of thousands of dollars. Now, I was one originally who said, "Hell, we all know that." I mean, shoot, anybody can tell you that. Like you got Alibaba, AliExpress, hell, but Timu sell a bunch of cheap stuff. But yeah, like Alibaba, AliExpress, they sell things you can buy pretty much whatever you see. You can buy it, have it made in China or whatever country that makes those products, and have it sent to you fraction on a dollar, put your name on it, and then sell it for yourself, or get you a fake tag or something, put it on there and sell it for yourself for a fraction of the goods. So I was one of the people that said, yeah, so we all know that's happening. But then I came across this video here from the BBC Verify, and it may add a little more context to the whole process. So I want to go through it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when we do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time we drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. And let's have a conversation. Let's see if we can learn something new or something different than what we quote unquote already knew. Let's hit it.
Videos like these are being shared widely on social media, and they're raising questions about where European designer goods are made.
They take almost finished bags from China factories, just do the repackaging and logo installing.
The videos feature people who say they work in manufacturing in China. They claim that expensive European designer items are actually made mostly in Chinese factories. But Louis Vuitton, for example, says its leather goods are exclusively produced in our workshops in Europe.
So let's say Louis Vuitton said, and I know there's a Louis Vuitton factory down here somewhere in Ellis County. I don't know if it's in Venus, but I know driving around, I used to see these like these signs that say like now hiring Louis Vuitton, in the Louis Vuitton warehouse. Like, shoot, if I was young and wasn't making a lot of money and trying to come up, I might have would have got a job in a Louis Vuitton warehouse just so I could really learn how to, if I can learn how like to sew. If they had like, yeah, manufacture like the sew leather and stuff like that, man, you stuff like that, you learn to where that you get good enough, you can start, like say, really making your own stuff. But anyway, let's see what Louis Vuitton say. Louis Vuitton leather goods collections are exclusively produced in our workshops located in France, Spain, Italy, and the United States. Manufacturing our footwear and ready-to-wear collections take place in France and Italy. Our watches are exclusively made in timepiece workshops in Switzerland. So Louis Vuitton is Louis legit. Okay, let's continue.
Europe and the US. And Gucci says 95% of it.
Okay, let's see what Gucci say before, sorry to cut him off, but let's read this together, Gucci supply chain employs thousands of people who work for the house indirectly and help produce our collection. While they are not directly employed by us, they are definitely part of our culture. Oops, sound like a lawyer wrote this. Many of these companies have supplied Gucci for over 2 to 3 generations. Our manufacturing supply chain includes both internal facilities that are owned and directly managed by Gucci and external facilities managed by trusted suppliers. 95% of our manufacturers are based in Italy. Now, when I say based, what does that mean? Does that mean that that everything is made in Italy? I'm not sure, because let's say like the company I work for, the corporate office, it's based in a certain city in a certain state. I'm not sure exactly what it is right off the bat, and if I did know, I wouldn't tell you, but it's based in a certain city, basis in a certain state in the United States of America, but they have clinics all over the United States. Matter of fact, they got them in different countries across the seas. So that's what I'm saying. Like the base, you can't really you may take it with a grain of salt or what have you. If they would say like everything is made in our facilities, what I'm saying, in the United States, like Louis Vuitton said, then I probably run with it, but I don't know. One and say base. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going.
its manufacturers are based in Italy. So what's the truth?
It's not as easy as some of these videos make it. There is a lot of production going on in China, also for luxury brands. We do not often know exactly, because the luxury sector has been very resistant towards opening up their supply chain. On the other hand, not entirely true that in Europe there is then only a label stuck on it.
According to EU rules, for something to be labelled made in Europe, it has to go through its last substantial
See what they say. Products that underwent a last substantial transformation in the last country of production in cases where two or more countries are involved in the production of goods. Basically, that could mean that, let's say in China, they made the bag, they made the handle, let's say they made the bag, put the bag together, but the strap, the handle, they didn't put it on their bags. They sent it separate, right? Or they might have made all the pieces and sent it separate. But then when it got to Italy or whatever country that they say they want to say where it was made in, that's where it was put together. Sold in there so they can see it. And maybe they do that so that way they know they can say, "Hey, we touched it last. We know we took our time to put this together, make sure it was the quality, the stitching was high quality, and then we know that it won't fall apart in your hands." Compared to it being made being made totally in a different country, and where there may be some defects. We don't know what it is. We don't know what the problems may be, and they send this over, and we just don't have time to look at every single bag that comes over, and we mess around and put it out on the shelf, and there are defects. So I mean that could be what that means.
transformation there. Experts say just adding a logo or packaging in France or Italy isn't enough for a made in Europe label, despite what some of the viral videos claim. But there's no clear guidelines on how much of a product needs to be made in Europe.
You see how that's like, say they're showing that, like I said, that could have been, those pieces could have been made and bought from China, and then, like I say, sent over to Europe, and they do the sewing. Man, look at them nails, boy. Ooh, you talk about somebody like they probably nervous or done got, I don't know, they're doing some hard labor. You see them fingers and probably got stuck with a couple of needles there, man. Shoot, they doing some work
for that label to apply. So some production could happen in places like China, even for luxury goods.
The fashion supply chain is so fractured. You'll have, the knit of a sweater. The yarn will be milled in one place, dyed in another country, spun and knitted in a third country, then in pieces, and then sent to Italy or sent to France, and where it's stitched together, and therefore wherever the last stop was.
Oh yeah, she said the same thing I said, and I didn't even watch this whole video. So, man, I guess I might know a little bit about what I'm talking about.
Last bit was they can put it was made in France.
Meanwhile, Lululemon told BBC Verify that about 3% of.
Let's see what Lululemon say. And the only reason why I'm stopping this while this is up is just because this video is like only 2 minutes long, so they're trying to rush through it. But I want us to look at what these people are saying. Lululemon manufactures approximately 3% of its finished goods in China mainland. Lululemon does not work with the manufacturer identified in the online video, and we urge consumers to be aware of potential counterfeit products and misinformation. I heard Lululemon be selling some garbage anyway, so I don't know. So I don't even know why they even on here. Anyway,
of its final goods are made in China, but added it doesn't work with the manufacturers featured in the videos spreading online. While some Chinese companies claim to make products for big name brands, what they sell might look similar, but the quality often isn't the same. Videos like.
And that's true, and that's the thing, because think of, if you really go out and take a look, and I know a lot of us haven't been to a Louis Vuitton store or like a real Gucci store to see these things being made, or not being made, but actually looking at the quality of what you're buying. You really don't know. You really don't know. I've worked in vendor shows. I participated in vendor shows selling my own wares. And you'll have people there that are selling bags, clothing with Gucci, Louis Vuitton labels on them. And you know doggone well that those are not authentic. You know it's not. Matter of fact, you can go to many places across the country, and they'll have these streets where people sell these same things, sell these things, they're knockoffs. So they're just like generic or knockoff products, but they'll have the logos on them. We've seen they've had raids on TV where people will ship in products in one container, but then ship in the labels in another container, and that's fine. But once they don't put them together until they get to the United States, and then they get raided, and they say that we have like millions of dollars worth of merchandise sitting in this warehouse, fake merchandise. So we know that happens. But here's the thing is, like I said, the question is, why would these manufacturers come out with these videos and pretty much technically bite the hand that feeds you? Well, in my opinion, they wouldn't. It makes no sense. I know they're saying that they're doing it because they're afraid the tariffs are going to raise prices on all these goods. But think about it. I don't think they're raising tariffs on too many European countries, or if the tariffs are going to be that high, and I'm quite sure they'll work something out. But I mean, think about it. I think they just did it because of the tariffs. Like, look, we know that the tariffs, they're going to raise tariffs on stuff. So just go ahead and buy from us. And so it'll be cheaper then because these other countries are going to raise their prices on everything they sell you because the tariffs are going to, the tariffs are going to destroy, going to make them do it. Going to make them have to raise prices because somebody got to eat the cost of those tariffs. Now, I know Trump is probably doing tariffs because he's thinking there's going to be people are going to try to negotiate to where everything is equal, everything is even, so everybody gets a fair share or equal piece of the pie. Because he said, like, a lot of these countries are getting rich off America, and we just giving out money, just hemorrhaging money to these other countries like it ain't nothing. So I get what he was saying. Will it work? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see eventually, probably, hopefully sooner than later. But like I said, I don't think these manufacturers make the products that they claim that they do. Not all of them. Some of them, maybe. But again, if you really want to know if what they make is real, just buy something. Matter of fact, what they got in Dallas, like a Sam Moon, where they sell all this stuff that looks just like the original. Matter of fact, you remember Walmart had a bag called the Working, and it said it was a knockoff of the Birkin bag. But I don't think too many people can touch a Birkin bag. That's hard to do. But I mean, just you can add, I mean, you can buy stuff and actually take it to people and have them check it out, and they can tell you the quality, like tailors or people who actually make, you know, handbags and deal with luxury leather items and stuff, and they can tell you what the quality is and if it's worth it or not. You can do that. I mean, it just take a little research, a little leg work, but you can actually find out you can actually find out if you're paying if your money is worth what you're paying for. You just do that, but most people don't even care. You know what I'm saying? They just want to have a name brand, which is crazy. What they said, how to sell to the Negro. You need to watch that video from way back in the 50s and 60s, whatever. But some people just want a name brand across their chest or whatever, just say they got something just to have it. And to me, I mean, I get it. I mean, shoot, I can remember back in the day. But see, I was always a person who wanted to buy something. If it had a name on it, had to have like a black name on it, like Carl Kanai. Like I bought like Carl Kanai. So hell, I still got a Carl Kanai shirt that I bought not too long ago. But black owned, straight out of the United States. But I think now, most of his stuff is in Japan and stuff like that. But still, he still own it. He still oversees the production of it. So what I'm saying, you got to give it to him. That's the kind of stuff I would want to buy. I'm not really into. I think I had a Gucci shirt back in the day. Not Gucci, Coogee. I had a Coogee shirt back in the day. Now that was a nice shirt. That was a nice. I don't know what happened to that shirt, but that shirt was not. I think I gave it away because I think I got too small. I think I got too big for it. But that was a nice shirt. So I'm saying there are things out there where you can tell the quality of it and it's going to last and it's worth it. So you go ahead and spend that money for quality. And that's what I like to do. I got these shoes called Koyo. It'll be a quality handmade leather shoe. Comfortable as all outdoors. I mean, it is a nice shoe. And I got like a couple of pair, 2 or 3 pair, I believe. made in Italy, shipped over here straight from the manufacturer. Paid probably like $275 on up for shoes and boots and stuff like. But it's a nice shoe. And so, like I said, I got a couple of pair. I like stuff like that. I'm not really into Gucci shoes and Gucci socks and flip flops and uh, whatever else, the Givenchy or whatever red, but whatever other people try to say they like, or what Balenciaga, stuff like that. No, man, no. I ain't got time for all that. Just because some rapper or singer or somebody is putting it on. I look for stuff that's quality, like even jewelry. I don't wear a lot of jewelry. But if I'm gonna get some, I want something that's nice, something quality. And like I said, and me personally, I will look for black brands like Tally and Twine. I got a few Tally and Twine watches. I bought a few for my family members. I ain't had no problems with it, and I like the way they look. And people be like, "Oh man, you get that Tally and Twine, man, that's nice." You know what I'm saying? They cost what, $175, $200 a piece, but it's a nice watch. And like supposedly, black owned, manufactured. They supposed to be working on Swiss watches. That's what I'm waiting on. But I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. And get ain't nothing wrong with wearing something nice and something with some quality in it, and not necessarily a European name brand. That's something we as a people got to get away from. We got to find our own manufacturer. And I don't and this makes me think about Wallow and whatever he said about shopping black businesses, and that's a what do you say, that's like a grift or a hustle or something. He ain't just shopping black businesses. Is it a quality or whatever? Man, I'm a type of person. I will seek out black owned companies first and foremost. Every time, every chance I get. If I can't find one, then I just go and look for somebody else. But I will always do that, no matter what, because I know it's not a lot of us out there making certain products or doing certain things. And when you find one of us doing something that is good and is quality and they got great service, I'm gonna go with it and I'm gonna spend the money on it. And that just be the reason, and not gonna make a big deal about it. You know what I'm saying? You just support because you just support. Now, if you got somebody who want to come out and sell watches, but they just cheap and they fall apart and they break, and they ain't worth $175. Oh, that'd be the last watch you get. And I am gonna put, a review on it, just like I'll put a review on it if it's great. I'm gonna put a review on it if it's bad. That's just how I do, and I feel that's just how everybody else do. But yeah, these videos, I give it a little cap for the most part. I give it a little cap on them for the most part. I mean, shoot, yeah, I just give it a little cap. I don't think they're telling the complete truth. I'm sure some people use them, but not all. But again, you know what I'm saying? Pay for what you want. Pay for what you want. And if it's good and if it's worth it, buy it again. It doesn't matter where it's from. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us at this channel. Now, if you'd like to support the channel financially, you can always give super thanks, super chat, super stickers, or you can go to super chat, or you go to the description box and you go get a Zelle, PayPal, and Cash Out. However you want to help support the channel that way. Now, if you want something tangible for your dollars, which a lot of people do, you can go to our stores. You can go to marlonmorale.com. You can go to the Shopify store, or you can hit that shop button below and check out all our luxury products. We got fragrances that last all day. We got silks that are like hypoallergenic, which are the best products, best fabrics for your skin and your hair. We got beard kits that has sandalwood, that is clinically proven to help stimulate hair follicle growth. We got handbags. We got much more. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. With that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.